Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back from the ad break. You're still watching Prime Life. Now, up next, we have Maulana Sulayman Patel with us to share nasiha about the life of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And as Muslims, there is so much to learn and be inspired by from the life of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I believe that our nasiha is ready. Assalamu alaikum, Maulana. Welcome back to INX Prime.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to the viewers of INX Prime. Tonight is the 12th of Rabiul Awwal, 1447. And when we hear the date 12th Rabiul Awwal, we are often reminded with regards to the date Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was born, as well as the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So the scholars are unanimous that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam was born in the month of Rabiul Awwal, as well as passed away in the month of Rabiul Awwal, as well as the day being a Monday. And with regards to the date Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born, as well as the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there are many different narrations with regards to it. Inshallah, we will shed light on it and have a understanding with regards to the date in which Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born, as well as the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the first view is the first of Rabiul Awwal, and this is attributed to Sayyidina Abdullah bin Abbas radiyallahu anhuma. The second narration is the second Rabiul Awwal, and this is the view of Imam Abu Ma'shar Najih ibn Abdul Rahman and Hafiz Abdul Ghani al-Maqdisi al-Hanbali rahimahumullah. The third narration, 8th Rabiul Awwal, this is the view of most experts, including Imam Muhammad bin Jubair ibn Mut'im, Hafiz Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, al-Hanafi, Imam ibn Hazm, and various others. And this view is also attributed to Sayyidina Abdullah bin Abbas radiyallahu anhuma. The third view, 9th Rabiul Awwal, this is the view of the famous Muslim astronomer Mahmud Pasha, who conducted detailed research on the subject and concluded that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born on the morning of the 9th of Rabiul Awwal, which corresponds to 20th April 571 CE. This view has been endorsed by Maulana Shibli Nu'mani, Sheikh Muhammad ibn Afifi al-Bajuri, Qadi Sulayman, Mansur Puri, Allama Zahid Kawthari, Sayyid Sulayman Nadawi, and Maulana Saif al-Rahman rahimahumullah. And then we go on to the next narration, or the next view, the 10th of Rabiul Awwal. This is the view of Imam Amir ibn Sharahil al-Sha'bi, as well as Imam Abu Ja'far al-Baqir and Hafiz Dimyati al-Shafi'i rahimahumullah. The next view is the 12th of Rabiul Awwal, and this view is of Imam Ibn Ishaq, Imam Ibn Hibban, Imam Abu al-Hassan al-Mawaridi, Imam Ibn Khaldun, and others rahimahumullah. Although this is commonly held view, it is worth noting that from an astronomical perspective, this date in the year of the elephant does not coincide with a Monday in any way. This is why many experts have questioned the view and deemed it incorrect. And many of us who attended the madrasa and also in the Muslim schools, we grew up with the date 12th Rabiul Awwal. The next narration, 17th Rabiul Awwal, this has been refuted by Hafiz ibn Kathir rahimahullah. And then the 3rd and 22nd of Rabiul Awwal, some ulama scholars have mentioned these dates. Thus, the preferred view is that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born on 8th or 9th Rabiul Awwal, 19 or 20th April 571 CE. Although 1st or 2nd Rabiul Awwal, 12 or 13 April 571 CE are possible dates. The difference of opinion clearly suggests that contrary to popular belief, there is no unanimous or fixed position regarding the precise date of the blessed birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is in accordance with the old Gregorian calendar. The equivalent in the new Gregorian calendar is 21st or 22nd April. And let us fast forward to the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is general agreement among scholars that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away on Monday in Rabiul Awwal in the 11th year after migration. However, there is a difference of opinion regarding the precise date in Rabiul Awwal. The following are views in which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away. So the famous one again, 12th Rabiul Awwal. This is the most famous opinion and is the view of Imam Ibn Ishaq, Imam Waqidi, Imam Tahawi, Imam Ibn Hibban, Imam Ibn Hazm, Hafiz Ibn Abdul Barr, Imam Ibn al-Jawzi, Imam Nawawi, Hafiz al-Zahabi, Hafiz Ibn Nasr al-Din al-Damishqi, Imam Ibn Hajar al-Makki, and Qadi Sulayman Mansur Puri, as well as many others, rahimahumullah. This view is also attributed to Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib, Aisha and Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhum. However, many experts such as Imam Suhaili rahimahumullah have questioned this view based on the fact that 9th of Dhul Hijjah, the day of Arafah, in the 10th year after migration was a Friday. Accordingly, it is impossible for 12th Rabiul Awwal, 3 months later, to have fallen on a Monday, even after considering all the possible variations in the number of days of Dhul Hijjah, Muharram and Safar. The only possible way of reconciling 12th Rabiul Awwal with Monday is to assume that Dhul Hijjah started a day later in the blessed city of Medina. However, this reconciliation is only valid in all 4 months, Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah, Muharram and Safar, were all complete months of 30 days. This is extremely rare, especially if Makkah was already a day ahead in Dhul Hijjah. For this reason, experts such as Hafiz ibn Hajar, Asqalani, Mufti Rashid Ahmad, Ludhianwi, and others, rahimahumullah, argue that this view is wrong and is based on a transcribing error of 2nd Rabiul Awwal becoming 12th Rabiul Awwal. Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanwi, rahimahumullah, is also of the view that this date is incorrect. The next variation or narration with regards to the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the 2nd of Rabiul Awwal. This is the view of Imam Abu Ishaq, Sa'ad bin Ibrahim, Ibn Abdul Rahman, as well as others. And the next view, 1st of Rabiul Awwal, this is the view of Imam Urwa bin Az-Zubair, Imam Ibn Shihab Az-Zuhri, and others as well. And the next view is the 13th of Rabiul Awwal. This is the view of Hafiz Badr al-Din ibn Jama'ah and Sheikh Muhammad ibn Afifi rahimahumullah. The latter adopted this view on the research of the Muslim astronomer Mahmud Pasha, who also appears inclined towards this view. Apart from the astronomical possibility of this date coinciding with a Monday, there is no evidence to substantiate this position. Thus, similar to the date of birth, there is no scholarly consensus on the precise date of the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The strongest view, however, appears to be that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away on Monday 1st or 2nd Rabiul Awwal, which corresponds to 27 or 28, 632 CE. So Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala knows best with regards to the date as well as the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the date Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born as well as the demise, Allah knows in His infinite knowledge. And with regards to Monday as well as Rabiul Awwal, all the scholars are unanimous on that, like we alluded to earlier. So the year 2025 CE corresponds to 1447 AH, that is after Hijri, in the Islamic lunar calendar, marking 1,500 years since the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was born in 53 BH. BH refers to before Hijrah. So the month of Rabiul Awwal, what does it mean? So Rabiul Awwal is the first spring. This month witnessed that changed the destiny of mankind in ways we cannot comprehend. Events that took place during this month of Rabiul Awwal is the birth, like we mentioned, and the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Quran was also revealed on the 12th of Rabiul Awwal. The hijrah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated from Mecca to Medina, the Islamic calendar is dated from this event. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam departed from Mecca for the journey of hijrah on the 1st of Rabiul Awwal. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam left Mecca with Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, and they crossed the desert to Quba, a town in Medina, on the 8th of Rabiul Awwal. They stayed there for 3 days and built the first masjid in Islam before traveling on to Medina, where they would begin building the second masjid known as Masjidun Nabawi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam also took place in the month of Rabiul Awwal, and we gave you the different views with regards to that. Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala chose Rabiul Awwal to send Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam into this world, and he chose Rabiul Awwal to take his beloved sallallahu alaihi wasallam back to him. And we need to understand that when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born, there was so much of light in the world, and the day Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam passed away, there was darkness. And from that time right up to now, 1500 years plus minus, we are getting closer and closer to darkness. We see a lot of wrong that is taking place on the surface of the earth. We see so many things that are incorrect that is happening. We find that the Muslim Ummah are not fulfilling every command of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. They are not complying with the Sunnah, the lifestyle of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So we need to make every effort in fulfilling the commands of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala at all times, as well as following the Sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam mentioned in the hadith, "Man ahya sunnati faqad ahabbani," that person who revives a Sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, for indeed he loves me. وَمَنْ أَحَبَّنِي, and that person who loves me, meaning Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, كَانَ مَعِيَ فِي الْجَنَّةِ, will be with me in Jannah. Subhanallah. So let us emulate the lifestyle of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, male, female, young and old, adult as well, and we will reap the fruits of showing our love for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam on the day of Qiyamah, when we will be with Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and we will be honored to get water from the pond of Kauthar on that day. And we know the pond of Kauthar, the water from there is sweeter than honey and whiter than milk, and once we drink from that pond, it will quench our thirst. Subhanallah. So every one of us that is listening and viewing this program, make the intention that I'm going to change my life in fulfilling the commands of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala and following the Sunnah, the lifestyle of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If we want more blessings in our life, we need to follow the Sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam at all times. My time has almost come to an end, and I will conclude on this. While there is great focus on Sirah, that is the life of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in the month of Rabiul Awwal, the life of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is too great to be confined to only 1 month. We should utilize the added discussion on Sirah during the Rabiul Awwal as motivation to continuously study and discuss the life of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. True love for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam isn't expressed through festivals and celebrations. True love is expressed through submission and sacrifice. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala grant us the understanding, and may Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala make us true lovers of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and may Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala make us revive one sunnah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Ameen wa ma alayna illa al-balagh wa sallallahu wa sallam wa barak ala Muhammad.